"Hey, sweetheart, safety's on the other side." One of the guys chuckled, nodding toward the unfamiliar woman loading her mag beside lane 7. She didn't even glance at him. She just locked the magazine into place, racked the slide with one clean motion, and took her stance. Feet planted perfectly, arms extended, elbows soft. It wasn't just confident, it was textbook. The laughter quieted a little. Before we move further into this story, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear. Let's dive in. The civilian gun range buzzed with the usual crowd, off-duty cops, weekend warriors, a few ex-military guys trying to relive the rush. No one recognized the quiet woman with the plain black hoodie and scraped-up range bag. No patches, no logos, no flex, just precision. "She's gonna bruise her shoulder like that," someone muttered from lane 9 as she steadied a 45. Then the first shot cracked. Dead center, second shot, same, then another, then 5 in a tight surgical cluster. The paper target was bleeding a single hole, no flinch, no overcorrecting. Just quiet, efficient damage. One of the men stepped back, arms folded. "She's done this before." That's when the door opened. A tall, broad-shouldered man stepped in, wearing a subtle Navy SEAL trident pin on his cap and carrying the quiet kind of authority that fills a room without sound. He didn't come to impress. He came to train. But the moment he walked past lane 7 and saw her stance, he froze. Just for a second. But he saw it. She reloaded without hesitation, ran a tactical reload drill, then drew from a holster that wasn't even visible under her hoodie. Movements were too smooth, too refined. He stepped closer, not interrupting, just observing. Then, after her final round hit center mass for the 15th time in a row, he finally spoke. "What unit were you with?" The range fell silent. She looked over her shoulder slowly, eyes calm but sharp. "I wasn't with a unit," she replied. "Just a contractor." There was a long pause. The SEAL tilted his head slightly. "Private or federal?" She didn't answer, just smiled faintly and began reloading again. The others watched, now wide-eyed. The same guys who laughed 5 minutes ago were now silent, watching her every move. One leaned toward the SEAL. "You know her?" "No," he replied. "But that draw speed, that grouping, that's not YouTube training." He walked closer, extending a hand. "Chief Petty Officer Ryan Blake, SEAL Team 5. She hesitated for half a second before shaking his hand. "Lex." No last name, no rank, just Lex. But that grip, solid. Like someone who knew what it meant to breach doors, not just fire at paper. Ryan studied her. "You ever shoot overseas?" "A few times," she said casually, "mostly in places no one talks about." Another pause. This wasn't bragging. This wasn't ego. This was someone who knew more than she said, and needed to say nothing. One of the range instructors wandered over, trying to play catch-up. "Miss, we don't allow rapid-fire drills unless supervised by—" "She's good," Ryan cut in. "Trust me." The instructor glanced at the target, then at the woman who was already loading a new mag one-handed. He stepped back without another word. Later, as the range cleared, Ryan caught up to her outside near the lot. "Seriously, where do you train?" he asked. She finally looked at him, really looked. "Let's just say some of us don't get to wear pins," she said quietly. "But we still serve." That hit him harder than a punch. He nodded, slower now. "Respect." She turned to leave, throwing her gear bag over her shoulder. "Tell your guys not to judge by the hoodie next time." He smirked. "They won't, not after today." And they didn't. Because word spreads fast at ranges. The quiet woman who came in, looking like nobody had just earned respect from someone who rarely gave it. And everyone who saw it would never forget how it felt to underestimate the wrong one. So real power doesn't make noise. It doesn't need to. Skill speaks louder than swagger, and sometimes the most elite warriors wear no uniform, only experience carved into their silence. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know how you feel in the comments.